Okay, this video is going to show the code that's involved with the development of one of the decomposed sections, the insert money component. So this is going to be written in its own method. It needs to be able to detect if the values are between $0.50 and $5, and that they've actually also entered in a number. So I recommend giving it a go for this, trying to actually code it yourself. So you need to obviously read in some information from the screen, obviously, and display some information, and then we're going to test it. So give that a go before continuing on with this video, which is now going to jump to a completed solution and going through and explaining some of the comments in this. So our first stage, at the class project here, we need to create a double to store the balance, and that's going to be the player's balance, so how much money they have put into the system, what their total running balance is. So if they put in $5 and they play one game, they lose 50 cents, goes down to $4.50. If they get a guava, then it increases up to $2.50, so it becomes $6.50. We're using a console application because it just makes it easier to meet all the requirements of the level 1 achievement standard. Now, inside the main method, we've created an instance of the program. So I've got the name of the class, a program here. I've just called it P. You could call it fruit machine. It's assigned to new program. And I've included a read line at the end just to keep it up on the screen. You can also use Control F5 to run it, so it will keep the console up on the screen. And rather than write all of this code here directly in the main method, which can get quite messy, particularly when we add all the different components, we've created a new method. So we have public, which means it's accessible anywhere. Void means it doesn't return an answer. And I've given it a title called set balance. I've also got a comment to explain what goes on here. Open normal brackets, because there's nothing in here, there's no arguments. So its job is just to set the balance. Now all the code from that opening bracket down to its closing bracket is contained in this method. So wherever I write the word set balance, like up here, the computer jumps from this point down to here and runs that code. So I've got a little message entering a number between $0.50 and $5. Now I need to read in the balance and check if they've written a double. So quite a complicated line here. So we've got a while loop, and it's going to check a few things. So the first step, double.tryparse, convert something into, see if it is a double, and I'm going to read in a line of text, and if it is a double, output the answer to the variable balance. So if that works, it does it. If it doesn't work, do the code inside these two brackets, and it will. So if someone types in ASD, it will write something went wrong. So if that one's okay, or the balance was less than 50 cents, or the balance was greater than $5, also print out something went wrong. Now at this stage, what I'll do is go and test that component. So we've got a component testing. So I might have this one different section here. So you might have multiple test tables. So this could be the component I'm testing is setting the balance. So I'm going to add a heading for that. Now I've got a description. I want to check the numbers entered. So if I type in ASD, it should fail and tell me something went wrong. And it's done that. I want to check if it's less than there. Now initially, it might not have worked because I might have had those values wrong. So I'm going to put what actually happened and then what needs to be done if any improvements need to be made. Then if I've retested it, I put the word retest to say I've checked it again. And now it's actually working and telling me that it's failed. These last lines here are sort of an optional extra. So it's another little check saying if whatever someone entered, so if they entered $3, ask them is it correct, read in the line. If what they've asked is correct, or not what they've asked. So, if they want to change the value, run this whole section again. So it's going to start from up here and continue through. This is actually a concept called recursion, which is above and beyond year 11, but it's useful to know about. Now I can actually go through and test this. I'm going to put in a few different values. So let's go and thoroughly test this. So I'm going to try writing hello. No, something went wrong. I'm writing the word 5. Something went wrong. 5.01. Something wrong because it's above. I probably should have some better feedback messages. So that's an improvement to make. Let's put $4.50. No, that wasn't correct. So I'm going to put $3, and I've decided that was correct. So I can now take a screenshot and include that in my testing evidence. So my inputs would have been hello, 5, 5.01, 4.5, and 3, then a no, and a 3, and then a yes. And it should pass. Might have an error, might that something went wrong. The more description I can give here, the better. So now I can say that that component has been fully tested and is working. And I've got evidence and a test plan to prove that. Now once I've completed it, I'll take a screenshot of my code or just copy and paste the code. And that is going to go into my development log. I'll put complete code for component 1. And that is set the balance. Now I might need to go through and put some additional annotations and comments in here, but I've now got a nice little overview completed.